Joining us now is an incredible actor, director, and producer whose movies have grossed nearly $10 billion worldwide. Now he's back on screen playing Alfred in The Batman. Andy Serkis, good morning to you, my friend. You're looking great.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing great. You know, you've been in the Lord of the Rings movies, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, the Planet of the Apes movies, and now you have this role in the DC Comics universe. So are you officially the king of the franchise?
I don't know about that. I mean, I just count myself very lucky to have been able to play some pretty amazing parts in some extraordinary worlds, and you know, I just hope to continue doing so. It's always really exciting to enter into these big movies because the canvases that they play on are just so vast, and so to be able to get the opportunity to delve in and to play such a wide variety of different characters is I count myself very, very lucky.
And you play Alfred Pennyworth in The Batman, and Alfred has traditionally been Bruce Wayne's butler and a father figure to him as well. But how did you make him different in this movie?
Well, the central difference in this movie is that where we start off with Batman, which is neither an origin story nor a sort of a continuation. It's a standalone movie, and where we meet Batman, year 2, is where he's beginning to form who he is as the vigilante that he is, and so where with the intersection with Alfred is a kind of mentor figure, but they are both why the chasm between them emotionally is sort of pulling apart. So we meet Alfred's relationship with Bruce at a very fractured point. He cares for him deeply, of course. He is his mentor. The tragedy of Alfred, of course, is that he was never able to be a father figure. He's just not built that way. He's able to teach him skills, whether they're fighting skills, because in our version we sense that Alfred was, of course, a soldier and then went into Secret Service and close protection, and obviously was his father's close protection officer and a security guard, and the guilt that he carries with him, of course, is something that really affects Bruce, and also the ability for him to be a fully fledged surrogate father figure. So I think there's a kind of a fracturing that we see here, and it's a very delicate and emotional relationship that you see between Bruce and Alfred.
Well, there's so much anticipation for this film, and we have so much anticipation of people who just want to see a clip of it. So we're going to show them that right now. Let's check it out.
Our accounting friends at Wayne Enterprises are coming for breakfast.
Here? Why?
Because I couldn't get you to go there.
I haven't got time for this.
It's getting serious, Bruce. If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care about that. Any of that.
You don't care about your family's legacy?
What I'm doing is my family's legacy.
And you don't get to wear the Batman suit, of course, but you do look great in this movie. You're very put together, the characters. Did you have input in what Alfred would wear?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you meet and discuss what your take is on the character, everything from makeup to costume to really basing the character comes from a collaboration between the designers, obviously, but what you're bringing into the role. And we wanted to have a history of this Alfred having been, as I say, a soldier, so he carries injuries. You see he has some facial scars, and also Matt Reeves had written him as someone who uses a cane to walk. Coincidentally, I'd actually broken my left hip, so it actually kind of worked in my favor that I had a cane, so it meant I could walk and move around. But yes, he's crisply turned out, and that is a lot to do with the rigidity of Alfred as a character, his pride, his kind of the army training and the discipline that exemplifies itself through what he wears. But it's also, as I say, a real sense of pride in being part of the Wayne family and the Wayne estate, and carrying on the legacy of and the honor of Bruce's father.
And you, Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, you're all new to this incredibly successful franchise. So did you feel any amount of pressure to get it right?
Well, of course you do. I mean, when you're taking on any role, and especially in beloved franchises like this one, you start with thinking, well, what is it? What can I bring that's fresh to the role? But I always think it's like any kind of classic piece of text, any theatre role that you might take on. Hamlet has been performed 1,000 times, and King Lear and Othello, and all of these roles have been played by other actors, and you can only you're bound to cross over in some respects with other people's the choices that other actors have made. But on the whole, everyone is unique because they're played by an entirely different actor, and they inherently will bring something different and fresh and new to the role.
Well, I've had a chance to see it, and believe me, you got it right, Andy Serkis. Thank you. The Batman will be in theaters on March 4th.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.